Hey, how's it going, guys? So I've gotten this question enough times regarding replacing my 13-inch MacBook Pro from 2019 that does not have the function rows. I actually like this bar better than the function rows. I'm probably one of the few people that do. But in all honesty, I barely use this laptop as it is. When I was doing the live streams on my other channel, I would use it whenever I did the live streams with the green screen behind me. This is the laptop I would use. But since I don't do that anymore and I'm doing pretty much everything on the iPad, I maybe use this laptop 2 or 3 times a week. And that's it, that's being honest. So for me, it makes no sense to upgrade to the M1 Pro or the M1 Max 14 or 16 inch because I barely use the one I have now. So, and I don't have anything to use that kind of power. You know, a lot of those creators, and I don't know who are the other guys that you guys watch, but a lot of those creators are using very high-end cameras to where they need a computer with that type of power in order to render their videos. Me, I don't have a camera even close to some of the cameras that are out to where I would need a computer that would do that. Now, there are other people who use it for software engineers, or they're using it at their job for whatever they're doing. But for me, as a retiree, I really don't have a need for it. I'll be buying a $2,000 computer to basically sit and maybe use here or there. This is more than enough for me. This, when I spec'd it up, excuse me, I got 16 gigabytes of RAM, 512 gigabytes. So I spec this up from the base model to at least get it to where if I did buy a higher end camera, I would not have an issue. And I don't plan on buying another camera. I plan on using these cell phones. But with that being said, I really don't have a need to upgrade to another laptop. This one works great. It's not even plugged in. The battery life on this thing is still great. Still sitting at 100%. I do have the original Magic Mouse from, I think that thing is almost 10 years old now, the space gray one, to match this. And the blue color theme was to match the iPhone and my AirPods Max. They're both blue, you know, so that's why this is blue. The hard shell is blue. That's why all that's that way. But real talk, I would ask you guys who are curious to know if I'm getting it, my question to you all would be, what are you getting it for, right? Are you replacing something that's broken? Or are you just getting it because you want it? Or you're getting it for a purpose? And for me, going into 2022, because I buy all my own products, I'm not sponsored by anyone. I'm only going to buy things going forward I actually use. That way I can give you an honest review, long-term review of a product that I'm using versus I'll buy it, give you a review, may give you a follow-up, then I sell it. That's no different than you going to Best Buy, checking it out yourself and determine whether or not you want to buy it. So I would rather do that to give you something long-term versus a quick video and you get it and now you don't even use it, because those computers are not cheap. The base M1 14 inch is what, $19.99, and then, or $19.95, and then the base model 16 inch M1 Pro, I think it's $24.99 or $24.95. That's not it. That's not cheap. And even if you're trading, you know, they're only going to give you, like with this one, because I looked at it. I actually looked. They're only going to offer me like $645 in trade. That's all I would get for this. And this cost me almost $2,000 2 years ago to spec it up. I think the base price was like $1,200, and I spec'd it up because this has got the Intel chip, and I spec'd it up to get it to what I think I would need at the time. So no, I'm not interested in trading this. It works perfectly fine. As you can see, nothing wrong with the screen, nothing wrong with anything here. You know, I can put a video on, I can watch stuff in 4K. Now, I don't have the greatest screen like some of these other computers that have come out now. You know, the best screen out there. But this screen is good enough for me for what I do with this. I just don't see a purpose of upgrading this device at this time. If I use this laptop more and I had a camera like an A7 III or Canon R5 or a Blackmagic cinema camera or something of that ilk, or even a Red, even if it's an older Red camera, right? Or the Sony cinema camera, the FX3 or the FX6 or the C200 from Canon, something like that where I would need that kind of power, then yeah, I'd have traded this already and got it. I would have got that before I got the iPad. But real talk, I just don't see a need for it, guys. So that's what I was just asked is, if you're gonna buy it, you're serious about buying it, what are you gonna do with it? What are you using it for? Because if all you're gonna do is search the web, watch YouTube video, man, you better off buying a Toshiba or something else for a couple $100 instead of buying something like that you would never get the maximum value out of, you know? But if you got the money to burn and you want to spend that kind of money for that laptop, by all means, go get it. I'm never gonna tell you not to get something you want. But if you're asking my opinion on it, okay, if you have a purpose for it, absolutely buy it. But if all you're gonna do is just search the web with it and watch YouTube videos and maybe do a document here or there or sign some forms, yeah, that's not a good reason to spend $2,000 on a laptop that can do a heck of a lot more. So that's my opinion on it, guys. You know, I appreciate everybody watching as always, but this I'm probably gonna hold on to for a lot longer unless something changes to where it stops working or the battery goes bad for whatever reason. But I never really take it anywhere. When I travel, I rarely take this. I'm taking one of the iPads. So again, you know, this is like a backup for me. I keep it out because I will go to it occasionally. If I'm rendering two different videos, I'll render one on here and render one on the iPad. But you know, it's good to have because there are situations with the iPad where I can't use the iPad to get on a particular site or to fix something. I need a laptop and I'll go to my laptop. So I'm always gonna have a need for a laptop because the iPad is not a computer, okay? It's never gonna replace this. This can do a lot more than that iPad can. It can't keep up with everything this can do. But the iPad is just more fun for me and I like using it and being mobile with it versus this. You can be mobile with this, but the touch screen is just more fun for me. An iPad is just more fun, I'll put it that way. But I'm gonna hold on to this for at least a few more years. And for me, I just don't use it enough. That's the honest answer. But for you guys out there in the comment section, what would be the reason for you to upgrade? What are you using it for? Or if you just got the money to burn and you want to try out the new M1 Pro, got it. No problem there whatsoever. But all right, guys, I appreciate everybody watching as always. Until the next time, guys.